This is an artifact of a World Bank educational service prepared by Titus Ajimishugbe. The title is The Future of Work, Preparing for Disruption. Really, the world of work keeps changing. Right from early times, man kept devising methods of making work easy for himself. For example, Tubal-Cain, as great-grandson of Cain, forged every sort of tool of copper and of iron. Since then, there have been advancements in approach to work that passes through many innovations and inventions to arrive at 4 industrial ages in our era. The first age is the age of mechanization. That is the period of steam and water power. The second is the age of mass production and electricity. The third is the age of electronics and IT systems. And this is when automation began to take serious roots. And the fourth age is the age of internet technologies. Right from the beginning of the computer age, we are introduced to automation in ways that was not previously imagined. As we speak, many high-skilled, high-profile jobs like surgeon, lawyer, financial auditor, radiologist, truck driving, and musician jobs are already being performed by robots and algorithms. So this has kept people wondering and concerned, and they keep asking, will automation take over our jobs? Really, automation is taking over jobs, but in some quarters, automation is replacing jobs. Nonetheless, in order to respond to the changing nature of work, the World Bank brought up a development report for 2019, and this World Development Report 2019 suggests 3 solutions that will come from governments. The first is that government should invest in human capital. The second solution suggested is that governments should enhance social protection. And the third is that governments should increase revenue mobilization. But the number one focus of the World Bank is for governments to invest in humans. To this end, the World Bank established the new Human Capital Index. The index can be defined as the sum total of a population's health, skills, knowledge, experience, and habits. It measures the health and education data of countries so as to see the shortfalls preventing the full economic potential of each country. And this measure is necessary because global research shows that the health, education of a country has a direct link with its productivity. That the productivity of a country rests on the strength of our human capital. Research also shows that the window in which to lay the best foundation for human capital is from conception to the first 5 years of life. And this first 5 years is divided into 2 phases. Phase 1 is from conception to the first 1,000 days, extended to 3 years. And phase 2 is from the 3rd year to the first 5th year of life. Countries that invest in high quality nutrition, health, stimulation, and education of children are the ones producing much stronger human capital. But someone may ask, what is the connection between early childhood development and productivity? The connection is this, that the foundation for complex life learning is established between ages 0 to 5 years. And this is when the brain architecture is formed. The neural connections are built so rapidly within the first 1,000 days. And if this window is missed, the capability of the child to learn is retarded throughout life. If the right investment is made in nutrition, health, stimulation, and education within conception and age 5, the brain's ability to learn and remember things learned is much stronger. The brain gets very good foundation in the ability to learn. It gets set to learn even complicated things throughout life. The point is this, that countries that invest in early childhood development are those countries that are scoring very highly in school learning, as it is measured by harmonized adjusted years of schooling. They are the countries producing strong human capital. They are the countries performing very well with technology. They are the countries that are manufacturing and creating jobs. As you can see in the charts of learning adjusted and unadjusted years of schooling, 5 countries that score highest in quality school learning are Singapore, Korea, Hong Kong, China, and Japan. The outcome of school learning in those countries line up very well with the years of schooling. It is not, therefore, a coincidence that these countries are actually manufacturing and they are creating jobs. In the second chart, you see that industrial jobs are falling in the West and rising in the East. This also relates well with health and education. If health and education are in place from early childhood, by age 18, the individual is ready for the world of work. So health and education are influencers. They are very key to productivity of any nation. And according to Federica Saliola, who is the lead economist and director of World Development Report 2019, if an additional dollar is invested in quality early childhood development program, you get a return of between $6 to $17. And this is quite high. But the point is that the earlier the investment, the higher the return. This is demonstrated in the chart that is currently showing. Today, a future job market requires workers to be flexible. It requires workers to be able to mix and match short and sharp courses that pile up skills that will keep qualifying them to shift and fit into different roles. Workers need to continuously learn new skills to be able to adapt to changing technology that dictates the job market. This may be accomplished not just by focusing on number of school years, rather by focusing on quality of learning from the foundation. This time, full-time university education is not necessarily the focus. Good foundation must be laid beginning from conception to the first 5 years of life. Some challenges identified by World Development Report 2019 are these. 1, that half of primary school children in developing countries are failing minimum proficiency tests in reading, writing, and math. But when someone is not comfortable with reading and writing, how can he interact with technology? The other point is that, other challenge is that 1/3 of teachers in sub-Saharan African had not mastered the 4th grade of language curriculum they had to teach. How would they pass on knowledge to children when they themselves do not understand what they are teaching? Another point is that in a survey of 7 sub-Saharan African countries, half of the teachers in 3 notable and influential countries had not mastered the curriculum they had to teach. These are some of the challenges of learning and development. Another problem discovered is that of discrimination between male and female children. Another one is coercing married couples into raising large families. Yet another is forcing or coercing children into early marriage. Yet another is using children in forced labor rather than letting them have good basic education. Each of these challenges need to be addressed. In conclusion, as a summary, I would say that investment in humans should start from conception through to the first 5 years of life. Parents, caregivers, educators, and governments need to play their role. Parents in particular must ensure that qualities of the heart are planted in their children. These qualities are love, joy, empathy, patience, compassion, and team spirit. These qualities are indispensable in society and also in the workplace. Then too, individuals, adults in particular, starting from youth, needs to be able to mix and match skills so as to stack skills and capabilities that they need to operate throughout life. And the capability to learn throughout life is compulsory. Then too, there is need for government to improve funding so that they could finance human capital. Also, very compulsorily, public spending must become more efficient. Ultimately, I believe that the real solution to the problems on planet Earth hangs around the simple but profound statement, which is that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Why do I say that? God's creation is the basis of human research and discoveries. So therefore, man will truly be happy and free when God's knowledge fills the earth as the water covers the sea.